The news of a British national who went to Jamaica on vacation, 33-year-old Sean Patterson, has made local and international headlines after his life was tragically taken at a guest house in the second city of Montego Bay, Jamaica. Hi again and welcome. This is Links 007 TV Let's Talk, and we're about to discuss this on the program. If it's the first time you're watching, please remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Click that notification bell and click on all so you're always updated with our latest report. We'll be right back after this break with exclusive and extended coverage of this report. Welcome back and thanks for joining us for the program. This is Links 007 TV Let's Talk. This is the place where we discuss issues of national importance, global importance, or the situations that are buzzing in the news. So what we want to talk about today on the program is a very sad and unfortunate news, and this took place in Montego Bay, St. James, with a British national who came on vacation in order to enjoy the warm sunshine of Jamaica and just to have a wonderful time, as we might presume. However, that vacation to Jamaica was actually cut short when the life of 33-year-old Sean Patterson from West London was actually taken out while he stayed at a guest house in Bogue Heights in St. James. So the local police force in Jamaica, the Jamaica Constabulary Force, working with their counterparts in the United Kingdom, have so far arrived at the conclusion that this hit that took place in Jamaica was actually a contract that came from the United Kingdom, according to local law enforcement officers. But before we actually get into the actual discussion about what transpired, there have been many rumors circulating online of what might have led to this unfortunate situation that took place at the guest house. But the family right now of Sean Patterson, especially his dad, Alan Patterson, is left devastated based on the news that came out of Jamaica just 72 hours after he arrived in the country, which has left the whole entire family in shock. The Jamaica Constabulary Force, with their counterparts in the UK, have provided an update in relation to the criminal background of Mr. Sean Patterson and also what the police believe might have led to his demise. We're about to share that with you.
On Monday, January 2nd, 2022, about 12:02 p.m., Shane Hallen Patterson, a 33-year-old personal trainer of West London, Great Britain, was shot and killed by unknown assailants at a villa in Bogue Heights, St. James. It was reported that Patterson came to Jamaica on December 29, 2022 on a Virgin Airlines flight at the Sangsters International Airport, along with a male companion who is a construction worker of an Harlem Road, London address. They spent 3 days at an apartment, then subsequently booked at a villa in Bogue Heights, St. James for 5 days starting January 1st, 2023 at 5 p.m. On that day, they attended a popular concert in Prairie St. Anne, where they met up with one O'Shane Richards, O.C. Shabba, construction worker of a Kingston 13 address. Richards was deported from the UK in May 2013 after his conviction and a prison term of 33 months for possession of crack cocaine. On Monday, January 2nd, 2023, about 5 a.m., they returned to the villa accompanied by O'Shane Richards. All three reportedly retired to bed in separate rooms. About 12 midday on Monday, January 2nd, Patterson woke up and went to the pool deck along with Richards, and they were both talking on their phones. Richard reported that his back was turned to Patterson when he heard several loud explosions sounding like gunshots. He reported that he looked around and saw a lone man dressed in a black hooded sweatshirt with a handgun shooting Patterson. Richards allegedly ran off in bushes. The police were summoned, and on arrival, Patterson was seen clad in a grey shorts, on his back in a pool of blood with what appeared to be gunshot wounds to the upper body and head. From credible information received, Shane Patterson is well known to the UK authorities and has an extensive criminal record for a number of offences which include narcotics, violence and firearm. Our investigation so far has theorized that the murder was a contract killing that emanated from Britain. There's no evidence that Patterson was robbed or has any connection in Jamaica. The investigation is making significant progress and we are working with our international partners. If anyone has information they think can assist this investigation, please call Crime Stop at 311 or Police Emergency at 119 or the NIB tip line at 811.
Well, there you have it. That was the Deputy Commissioner of Police, Mr. Fitzbailey, providing an update to local and also international media counterparts as it relates to what they believe transpired with Mr. Sean Patterson. But all I can say is that when you see things such as these happening in Jamaica, especially based on the report of Mr. DSP Fitzbailey, it's very clear that this is stemming from some underlying issues as stated in the police report. So might be Sean Patterson was actually lured to Jamaica in order for this to happen to him. Might be this was not an actual vacation. He thought this might have been a vacation for him, but might be behind all the other things that have been going on. So according to a police report now coming outside of Jamaica, Mr. Sean Patterson, there has been someone taken into custody as it relates to the crime, according to the St. James Police. So, Mr. Sean Patterson is age 33 years old and he is a British national and he was at a guest house in Bogue Heights in St. James, and that's the second city in Jamaica, very popular tourist destination as well. And I don't want people to be of the opinion that people are just taking the life of tourists in Jamaica as to what is being portrayed in the media. One thing people have to understand as it relates to this case, it's a very sensitive case and there have been some underlying reason that might have led to this happening. People in Jamaica just don't walk up on a resort area and fire a shot at an individual without no definite reason. Something is actually going on, and we are going to try to use a microscope in order to see what really might have led to this, because this is not just a simple situation based on what is being portrayed in the international media, trying to bring down the reputation of Jamaica when we know that this is stemming from something. Not saying that it should have happened. I send my deepest condolences to the family of this individual because no one wants to see their family member go out in such a way like this. But we have to understand that violence is around the world. It is not just isolated to Jamaica. Violence is everywhere in the world. And when things as this happen, especially in a small Caribbean island with just over 2 million people, it's going to be portrayed on the media as if it's the worst thing. When you have crime and violence similar to this happening in the UK as well, but that is not being portrayed on the media. And when things as this happen in our Caribbean countries right across the whole entire Commonwealth, it's been portrayed on international media as if in the Caribbean is like the place where crime is the only place that is happening, and that is very sad. So what happened to this young man is a very sad and unfortunate situation, and I know that there is no words right now that can comfort the family and even the friends of this individual, because no one expected this to have happened to him, and it's just one of those situations once more that we are reporting on, which is a very sad and unfortunate one. So Mr. Sean Patterson was just aged 33 years old, and he's said to be a personal trainer from West London, and he was found with multiple wounds to his chest and head, which the police believe was inflicted by what appears to be a gun on Monday near a pool at a guest house in Bogue Heights in St. James. So the DSP in charge of crime in Jamaica, Mr. Fitzbailey, provided an update in relation to that, and the police theorized that the case of this individual was actually a contract killing emanating from the UK as well. So Mr. Bailey went on to state that he arrived in Jamaica shortly before New Year's Eve on December 29 with another person who is also from London. Not sure if that individual is actually a British national. However, no further report was actually provided in relation to the other individual that came to Jamaica with him. So it's been reported that Mr. Sean Patterson, who arrived in Jamaica on December 29, was staying at a resort area in the tourist destination of St. Anne in Jamaica when he decided with the other individual in order to book another guest house, which was actually located in the second city of Montego Bay. What led to the switch of the different area is not known. However, he arrived in Montego Bay sometime after that, and then he went to an event as well during the course of that time, also in St. Anne, which was a very massive concert. So Mr. Sean Patterson arrived in Jamaica on December 29 with a friend, and he and that friend spent several days at an apartment before checking into a villa in Bourgheights on New Year's Day. Later that day, according to the commissioner, it is said that the two British had met up with a third man, and this individual was said to be from Kingston, who the police stated was present when Mr. Patterson was shot. All three of the individuals stayed at the guest house in separate rooms, and the following day at around noon, Mr. Patterson and the Jamaican man had gone to the villa's pool deck in order just to have a cool and chill morning. The man from Kingston reported that his back was turned to Mr. Patterson when he heard several loud explosions of what sounded like gunshots. He reportedly looked around and saw a lone man dressed in a black hooded sweatshirt with a handgun pointing at Mr. Patterson. The witness reportedly fled and hid in bushes. So that's what the witness stated. When the police arrived on the scene, they found the victim on his back with what appears to be multiple gunshot wounds to the head and upper part of his body. The commissioner concluded by saying that the authorities are working with international partners in the UK and are working with significant progress in order to see if they can solve the case. But what is more ironic about this situation? Why was this individual at the pool at this time of the day? And why was he not with the friend that he came to Jamaica with? Why was he with the other Jamaican? So that is what the question that many people are asking at this point in time. Might I point out to you that the individual that he was standing by the poolside with was a Jamaican as well that was actually living in the UK and was convicted of serious criminal offenses and was deported actually 10 years ago or over 10 years ago, I believe, from the UK. So maybe this individual might have known Sean Patterson in order to be out there with him. This is what the authorities now are trying to figure out, because as the police stated back in Jamaica, it seemed as if that this was actually a targeted attack on Mr. Sean Patterson, and this is stemming from something in the UK that might have happened years ago or something that might have happened recently that led to him being in Jamaica, and then this was what transpired. But as the police carry out the investigation, we are just hoping that the family just find the strength to cope during this difficult time, because I know that this is going to be a hard one for them to swallow, because just to know that we are in the new year and to know that your family member just went to Jamaica for a few days and this is the news that you get, no one is going to be able to console them at this point in time based on the revelation that was made recently by media reports and when they got the news as well. But this is where, though, I believe I'm going to wrap up this report. Though you can just drop it in the comment section, let me know how you feel about this story and what do you believe actually happened to Sean Patterson. I look forward to hear your comments in the comment section. This has been Links 007 TV. Let's talk. Peace out and have a blessed and productive day from the Links 007 TV team.